that's so cool.
What's up guys,
What
and
is this,
welcome back to another
wanna talk a little
Minecraft
bit about
video.
these?
So what you're seeing on your screen right now
we'll wait on
is
the-
the trailer that
Sure.
released quite a little while ago now. There is a lot more that's been added since this trailer. That's the main reason I waited to do a video like this talking about the new update, because there is so much more that they have actually added. So I'm really excited to get into this, guys. So I'm just going to play through the rest of the trailer and then we'll jump into explaining a lot of things, because I've got a whole list of everything that they're adding that we know of so far, and there is a lot of cool things, guys. There is so many cool stuff. But hey, as you can see, we got some underwater coral and kelp and all that here. You see some fish swimming around. That's pretty cool. I like that. You can actually pick up the fish in a bucket and take them back to your house and put them in an aquarium or wherever you want, which is something I've really wanted in Minecraft for quite some time. And as you can see there, they've also changed the water physics, which is kind of a bad thing in a way, because it's going to mess with a lot of people's creations in redstone, because if it goes through fences, it's most likely to go through signs, it's going to go through pistons, it's going to go through everything. So that means your mob spawners and everything that you use to block the water is actually not going to work so well. So that's not going to be an amazing feature through my eyes, but hey, what are you going to do about it? But yeah, that was the trailer, guys. So I'm just going to let this video play in the background. It's something I recorded a little bit earlier, but it just helps you from looking at nothing, you know. I have got some screenshots to show along the way, but yeah, let's jump into this. So the first thing that we're going to be talking about is the environment. So you guys have seen a little bit of it before. So we got the kelp and all of that stuff. So you can see a lot of different colors to do with the coral. So you can get it in slabs, stairs, and blocks, as well as the kelp. This is a really cool feature. You can actually dry the kelp and use it as another block, which you can change to all different colors. So it has a nice little texture to it. I don't have a current picture of it, but it does have a very nice texture to it, which I think is awesome. I really like how it looks, in other words. But you also got seagrass, which is pretty much just regular grass on top of the ground, but that goes underneath. So that does look kind of nice as well. So you add all these little things together, and it creates a nice sort of environment down there. Like it creates an awesome sort of feel to it. And also you got a new swimming animation as well. So instead of like standing upright in the water, if you're looking at another player, they will be pretty much swimming. So they'll be sideways, in other words. Just, which I think is cool, because Minecraft did need a swimming animation for quite a while. How deep it does that in water, I don't know, because it may look kind of weird in some aspects, but it's kind of cool how they did that. And also the water physics, as I said before, guys, it's going to mess with a lot of things, so it's going to probably screw us up a bit, but I suppose it is a good thing that they're actually doing it, because it was annoying in some instances, like in pools and stuff. If you put slabs in your pool, it didn't go into it before, but now it does. So that's kind of a cool little thing that they did. But we've also got icebergs. So if you go out to like a snow biome and you see the ice on the ground and stuff, that's all going to stay the same. But you'll see icebergs every now and then. So these will be things that stick up out of the water. It's kind of like those... what do you call them? Ice spike biomes that you find occasionally. They're very, very rare, but you'll see them in the water, so it's like a proper iceberg. There's no really purpose for it except for decoration, so you're not going to get anything cool from it or anything like that. It's more just for decoration purposes. But we've also got bubble columns. So bubble columns are, well, so they've changed the way that the water works, technically. So you know how when you chucked an item into the water before, and it used to sink? Well, now it doesn't. So all items float. It doesn't matter what item it is. It doesn't matter how heavy it is. It will always float unless you go into a bubble column. So if you're riding along in a boat and you come across a bubble column, you won't see it from above the water, but you'll begin to sink. So whenever you go above a bubble column, swimming, throw an item on it, or ride a boat over it, then you're going to sink down to the depths below, and it will be kind of creepy to have that happen to you, you know. You won't know what's happening, so that's a pretty cool little feature. As you can see the bubbles sticking up in it. It's a nice little, another cool effect that you have underneath it. Kind of is the replicate, kind of like a volcano underground. You know, you have the volcano cracks and stuff like that. That's kind of to replicate that. But hey, then we're going to get into mobs. So mobs, they've added a lot of cool little mobs. A lot of them didn't appear in the trailer, but as you can see, we got a whole variety of fish. It's not just one type of fish that you see swimming around underground. It's several types of fish that you'll actually find underwater. which is pretty cool. I mean, like, because you can actually, as I said before, create up a aquarium and put a bunch of animals in it, bunch of fish, I should say, and it will look pretty cool. I reckon it'll look awesome. So yeah, they've added a whole range of fish, and you collect them by using a bucket full of water, and you can move them to wherever you want. Okay, and next up we got dolphins. So you would have seen these guys in the end of the trailer. So I don't have a screenshot for these, but the dolphins, pretty much there is a use for them. There isn't really a taming aspect to it. They're more your friends all the time. I don't know what happens when you hit one of them. I don't think they kill you back, you know. I think they're kind of friendly, but they do lead you to treasure that you can find on the ground, in the water. So not just like a ship or something, or a some kind of structure. They actually take you to a specific treasure that you probably only be able to find using those guys. So you can get some cool stuff from it. It's kind of the same stuff that you might find in a mob spawner, per se. But you might find a trident in there also, which we'll get more into. Those things later. Alright, next up, turtles. So these weren't in the trailer. These were only announced quite recently, but there's actually a lot of things that you can do with these guys. So, first off, if you kill them, you get their shell. Yes, I know it's kind of cruel to kill them, but you do get their shell, and you can use the shell as a helmet, and you can also use something that you get from the turtle to create some potions, which give you resistance to damage, pretty much, but it also gives you slowness. So it has a good effect and a bad effect, but it works quite well in the end, really. It's quite a nice little thing. But also the turtles can lay eggs on the sand, so you might be walking across the beach one day and you'll see a bunch of eggs on the sand, and pretty much what that does is they mainly hatch at night, I believe, because it's safer for them to travel to the water, but it does take several days in Minecraft for them to hatch, so you kind of have to watch over them and kind of protect them over that time. And yeah, the baby turtles are very, very small. They are tiny, probably less than the size of a turtle's head that you see on the screen there. But yeah, they're quite cool little things, and you can also obviously capture them and put them in somewhere cool so you can look at them every day, you know. But that's pretty much it for the turtles. So next up is the hostile mobs. So they've added 2 hostile mobs, and they're both pretty creepy. They're very, very creepy. So we're gonna start off with these guys. So these guys are the drowned. So something very creepy about these guys. I don't know. There's something about it. So they pretty much spawn in like rivers and lakes, and not really so much the ocean, but more rivers and lakes. So you might be swimming across a river or lake one day, and that thing will start hitting you. I heard of one person that actually pull you down into the water and fight you. So you might be just swimming along and you get pulled down below the surface, which is really, really creepy, you know? Really creepy. And apparently, as you can see, one of them's holding a trident there. So if you kill them, you actually can get tridents off them. I don't know how rare the drop is to get one, but you can get them off them. And, well, yeah, they're just really, really creepy little guys. But, yeah, you'll only find them in water biomes. I don't think they can go above the surface onto land and stuff. They just walk along the bottom of the water surface, which is, again, very, very creepy. The next one we've got is the Phantom. So this is the first flying mob, like proper flying mob, because the birds, well, they technically stay close to the ground, you know? This is technically the first flying mob that they've added. So this is a hostile mob, and you do not want to be on the bad side of one of these. They are apparently very, very powerful and very, very aggressive. But the thing is, they don't spawn that much. So they spawn by if you don't sleep. So if you don't sleep for I think it's 4 days. 4 days, then one of those will spawn and hunt you down, and it will most likely kill you. So they only spawn when you don't sleep. So if you sleep every night in Minecraft, then you're not going to run into one. Pretty much, you're not going to see them. So you don't need to worry about that too much. But if you don't sleep, well, they'll fly down. Pretty much they swoop at you. So it's pretty much like a bird swooping. It just flies down, hits you, flies back up. So they're very, very hard to hit. They're very quick. So it will be a bit of a challenge to try and take one out. As far as I know, you don't get anything from killing them, maybe just a bit of XP, but there could be something that they haven't mentioned yet that you do get from those guys. But those are the 2 hostile mobs. So now we're going to get into some of the structures that are added to the underwater. So obviously we've already got the ocean I completely forgot what they're called. The Guardians, yeah, those things. So we've already obviously got that, and oh, this is a good kill right here. I got this guy. So they've added those, and they've also added shipwrecks. So shipwrecks pretty much just spawn randomly across the ground. Apparently they're not very common. They're kind of rare to kind of find. You'd have to search for a while to find one. And you don't get too much great stuff from, I think there's a chance of a trident spawning there, and it also has all the normal drops from a mob spawner, so enchantment books, all gold, diamonds, all that kind of random stuff. Which is cool, but it would be cool to kind of go down there and just have a look at it, you know? It's a shipwreck. It'd be kind of cool to just go down there and look around, but there will be pretty deep under the water though, so you're going to have some kind of water-breathing potion to kind of take that sort of thing on. Next up, we've got ruins. So ruins are just like, well, what it says, ruins. So broken up buildings that used to be underwater, kind of like the other buildings that they used to have. But it's, again, same thing. It just spawns random sort of things in there like a mob spawner does. So yeah, all the things that I said before. And they just look like broken up little buildings under the water that you might occasionally come across. I don't know how big they are. I think they're fairly sized sort of thing. It's like a proper like town, like a village underwater, you know, that sort of thing. So they've actually have added a lot to that. And next up, we've got the kind of random stuff now. So you may have heard me mention the trident a couple times. So that was in the trailer earlier. So the trident is pretty much like a pitchfork looking thing. So it's, yeah, one of those things that you throw underwater, and it's pretty much like an underwater weapon. So you can't really use a bow underwater that well. There's not really any underwater weapons that you can really use. So this thing is quite useful. And you have to get an enchantment on it to make it come back to you. So you would have seen in the trailer, he throws it and then it flies back to him. If you don't have that enchantment, you throw it and it stays over there. You have to go collect it. But if you get that enchantment, then it does come flying back to you, which is really cool. So you can use it pretty much like a boomerang. And it has, well, not limited arrows, you know. It does have damage and stuff on it like a sword, but you can probably get more out of it in the end. And I've heard it is quite powerful also. And now pumpkins. So pumpkins are getting a bit of a change as well. So have you ever hated how when you have a pumpkin farm, it already has the face on it? Like you can't get rid of the face, it's just there. You can't get rid of it, and it's annoying, right? So the new pumpkins in this update will spawn without a face. So there'll be this completely normal pumpkin, and if you want to carve a face into it, you actually use shears, and yeah, you just carves a face into it pretty much, and then you can turn it into a jack-o'-lantern and all that. So it's pretty cool how they actually made it so that you can carve it in yourself rather than it being automatically done. Because I got kind of annoyed with the faces on the pumpkins. I just mainly kept them there for decoration, and they're all just staring at me very, very creepily. But it's kind of cool how they kind of changed that a little bit. And now we've also got bark block. So bark block is pretty much like a regular tree, as you can see the bark on that tree. But you notice when you place it upright, it's got the inside of the tree also. So you have those round circles there. So you can change a tree block now to a full bark block. So it's bark all the way around. So the outer things all the same. Which is kind of cool for a couple of creative designs. Because you didn't want the underside there, so you can use that for a couple of cool little designs. So pretty much what that means. Yeah, he wanted to team with me. I didn't want to team with him. Ran away. So yeah, as far as I know, I think those are only available in creative when the update comes out. So you won't be able to really do much with that just yet, which is kind of annoying, but that's all you can do at this point in time. And that's pretty much it for the update, guys. So as you can see, there is a lot that they've actually added to the update. I'm really excited for it. I really want to see this update. This is the biggest update Minecraft has got in a very long time. As I said at the start of the video, there is no confirmed release date. All they've said is it's coming out this year, but I don't believe it's going to be at the end of the year. I think it's going to be in the first half of the year, so before June. Is what I'm thinking. But we'll have to wait and see. As soon as I hear a release date or anything, guys, I'll post it on my channel and let you guys know that it is coming out very, very soon. And also, when the update comes out, I'm going to do a bunch of videos on it showing what things do, showing you things up close and personal, on how to do a lot of cool things, and we're going to be doing a lot of stuff with the water physics. If a lot of things have changed, we're going to figure out ways to fix things. So if you guys want to see all that, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to do regular Minecraft videos these days, so tutorials of all kinds and what's not. So it'd be really amazing if you guys could do that. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks again so much for watching. I'm gonna see you all in the next video. Goodbye.